Ever wonder why the people flashing the most cash often have the least of it? Why the guy in the designer suit might be drowning in debt while the quiet millionaire next door wears the same hoodie every day? This isn't just about money. It's a trap, a mindset, a cycle that keeps millions stuck, trying to look rich instead of becoming truly wealthy. In the next few minutes, we're pulling back the curtain because once you see the game, you'll never play it the same again. 1. Looking rich is easy. Building wealth is hard. Looking rich has become more accessible than ever. With the rise of fast fashion, credit cards, car leases, and social media filters, almost anyone can appear wealthy for a moment. You can rent luxury cars for a day, wear knockoff designer clothes, or buy the latest iPhone on monthly payments, and to the outside world, it looks like you've made it. But here's the catch. Looking rich takes no real wealth. It just takes access to money, even if that money isn't yours. On the other hand, actually building wealth is slow, boring, and invisible. No one claps when you invest instead of upgrade your phone. No one cheers when you drive the same car for 10 years because you paid it off. But that's how wealth is built, through discipline, smart decisions, and patience. Social media has created a culture where people chase validation over value. It tricks us into thinking wealth is something you show instead of something you grow. This mindset creates a dangerous gap. People spend their income trying to signal success, which keeps them from doing the very things that lead to real financial freedom, like saving, investing, or starting a business. Looking rich is like wearing a mask. It might get you attention, but it doesn't build your future. The people truly building wealth, they're usually not showing it. They're investing in assets, not appearances. They live below their means, not beyond them. They know wealth isn't built in public. It's built in private, with consistency over time. If you're always chasing the next shiny object to look the part, you'll never give your money the time it needs to grow. Every dollar spent on impressing others is a dollar not working for you. So while looking rich gives you short-term approval, it delays long-term success. It's easy to look like you're winning when you're actually falling behind. In short, looking rich is a sprint. Building wealth is a marathon. One gives you likes, the other gives you legacy. 2. The trap of lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is one of the biggest silent killers of wealth. It happens when your income increases, and your spending increases right along with it. You get a raise, and suddenly that old apartment doesn't feel good enough anymore. You buy a nicer car, eat out more, upgrade your wardrobe, and before you know it, you're making twice as much money, but have nothing saved. The danger of lifestyle inflation is that it feels like progress. After all, you're earning more, right? You feel successful because you're living in a better place, driving a better car, and maybe flying business class instead of economy. But financially, you're standing still, or worse, going backward. Because even though your income is rising, your expenses are rising faster. And the real kicker? This trap is fueled by ego and comparison. You start earning more and feel the pressure to level up your lifestyle to match your new income or match your peers. That pressure to maintain an image can keep you spending at the edge of your earnings, with nothing left to invest or save. You're still broke, just at a higher level. Lifestyle inflation turns what should be a wealth-building season into a consumption spiral. The more you earn, the more you owe. And even if you're not in debt, you're still not growing wealth. You're just maintaining the illusion of success. What most people don't realize is that your first big income jumps are the most important moments to create real wealth. That's when your expenses are still relatively low. If you keep your lifestyle modest while your income grows, the surplus becomes your secret weapon. You can invest it, save it, or build something that pays you for years. But if every raise becomes a new car, every bonus becomes a new gadget, and every win becomes a shopping spree, then you're not growing. You're just spending more to feel better about the same underlying financial fragility. The outside world sees the glow up, but your bank account knows the truth. Breaking free from lifestyle inflation means getting comfortable with living below your means, even when you don't have to. It's delayed gratification. It's humility. It's knowing that looking successful now is nothing compared to being successful later. True wealth isn't about what you can afford. It's about what you choose not to. 3. Debt disguised as wealth. One of the most dangerous illusions in modern society is mistaking debt for wealth. Someone pulls up in a brand new luxury car, lives in a high-rise apartment, wears high-end brands, and we assume they're rich. But peel back the curtain, and you'll often find a mountain of credit card debt, car loans, and zero actual assets. What you're seeing isn't wealth. It's a performance, funded by borrowed money. Debt has become so normalized that many people don't even question it. A $1,200 phone, monthly payments, a $60,000 car, financed over 72 months. That designer outfit, bought on a credit card with interest. This creates a lifestyle where everything looks polished on the surface, but underneath is a fragile financial foundation, ready to collapse with a single missed paycheck. The reason this is so dangerous is because debt delays wealth building. Every dollar spent on interest is a dollar you can't invest. Every loan is a future burden that limits your freedom. People who constantly finance their lifestyle are trading long-term peace for short-term praise. Debt gives you access to things you can't actually afford yet. It lets you live a lifestyle that your income hasn't earned. And once you're used to that lifestyle, it's incredibly hard to go backwards. That's why so many people stay stuck in the fake rich cycle. They work just to keep up with the payments for the image they created. What's even more tragic? Society praises this behavior. We reward the person with the new car or the upgraded house, not realizing that it's often built on borrowed money and stress. Meanwhile, the person driving the older, paid-off car, who's quietly investing and saving, gets overlooked, even though they're actually building real wealth. Real wealth doesn't scream, it doesn't have payments, it doesn't come with 18% interest rates. It's built slowly, with intention and patience. The more debt you carry, the more your future is mortgaged to the past. Every purchase on credit isn't just buying something, it's buying a monthly obligation. And those obligations add up fast. If you constantly rely on debt to look successful, you're not rich, you're leveraged. And leverage, when used carelessly, is the quickest way to financial disaster. The path to freedom isn't through more credit, it's through ownership. Ownership of your income, your assets, your decisions. And you can't own your future if you're drowning in payments trying to impress people who aren't paying your bills. Point 4, social media and the comparison illusion. We live in an era where comparison isn't just a personal problem. It's a business model. Social media platforms are designed to show you the highlights of other people's lives. The luxury vacations, the designer clothes, the brand new cars, all carefully curated to give the illusion of perfection. But what you're seeing isn't reality. It's a highlight reel. And often, it's a filtered, financed fantasy. Social media pressures people into thinking they're falling behind. You see someone your age or younger flashing wealth, and suddenly, your perfectly normal life feels inadequate. That pressure leads people to spend more, upgrade their lifestyle, or stretch their budget. Not because they need to, but because they feel like they should. This constant exposure creates an unrealistic standard. It makes normal look poor, and it makes reckless spending look like success. It trains people to value appearance over substance. You don't want to invest in stocks or start a boring savings plan. You want to fly to Bali and post about it. You want the dopamine hit of likes, even if it costs you your financial security. The comparison trap is subtle but powerful. You start making decisions not based on what's right for you, but based on what will make you look good to them. Them being a group of strangers or acquaintances who won't be there when your bills are due. You spend to prove something, to fit in, to feel seen, but you end up feeling empty and broke. The truth is, most of the wealth you see online is either exaggerated or fake. Many influencers borrow, rent, or stage their lifestyles. And even if it's real, it's not your race. You don't know the sacrifices, the inheritance, the luck, or the lies behind someone else's life. Comparing your behind the scenes to their filtered feed is a losing game. Freedom comes when you stop trying to win the internet and start focusing on your real-life goals. True wealth doesn't need validation. It doesn't crave likes or followers. It's quiet, steady, and often invisible. You won't find it in a viral post. You'll find it in your habits, your discipline, and your long-term vision. If social media is making you feel like you're not enough unless you're spending, remember, the richest people in the room aren't showing it. They're building it, offline, quietly. While everyone else is chasing the illusion, they're chasing independence. 5. Delayed gratification is the hidden superpower. In a world where everything is one click away, delayed gratification feels outdated. We're trained to want things now. Next day delivery, instant streaming, buy now, pay later. But here's the thing. The ability to delay gratification is one of the most powerful traits of people who actually build wealth. Not because they're rich already, but because they choose to wait when the world is screaming, buy now. Think about it. Every time you choose not to upgrade your phone, not to lease a car you don't need, not to go out just to impress someone, you're practicing control. And control over your money means control over your future. Delayed gratification isn't about being cheap. It's about being strategic. It's choosing to say, not now, so you can eventually say, forever. But in today's culture, waiting is seen as weakness. If you're not spending, you're not living. If you're not posting, you're not relevant. So people trade the long-term peace of financial independence for the short-term buzz of a shopping spree. They want the lifestyle of a millionaire without the discipline that created it. Wealth grows in silence. It's born in the quiet moments where you skip the impulse buy and put that money into your investment account. It's built every time you choose a side hustle over another Netflix binge. It's earned every time you take a breath before spending and ask yourself, do I need this? Or do I just want to feel something right now? Delayed gratification doesn't mean never spending. It means spending on purpose. It means making conscious decisions that align with your long-term vision, not your short-term emotion. And once you get used to that mindset, you realize something powerful. Nothing you buy today will ever feel as good as waking up one day and knowing you're free. Free from debt, free from paycheck stress, free to live life on your terms. That freedom is the real flex. It's not what you wear, it's what you own. Not what you post, it's what you keep. And it all starts by delaying what you want now for what you really want later. Point 6. Real wealth is quiet. The loudest one in the room is often faking it. Have you ever noticed that the people who talk the most about money often have the least of it? The flashy, loud, constantly posting crowd? The truth is, real wealth rarely announces itself. It doesn't have to. Because wealth, true wealth, isn't built for attention. It's built for freedom, security, and legacy. The loudest person in the room often feels the need to prove something. Maybe it's insecurity. Maybe it's fear. Maybe they grew up with nothing and feel like they finally made it. But when someone is constantly showing off what they bought, where they went, or how much they spent, they're not sharing success. They're seeking validation. And that's a dangerous place to operate from. On the other hand, people who are truly wealthy move differently. They don't need to impress anyone. They're not driven by likes or status. They're focused on protecting and growing their money, not displaying it. That's why many millionaires live in average neighborhoods, drive practical cars, and wear simple clothes. Because they understand something most people don't. The moment you stop trying to look rich, you open the door to become rich. Real wealth is quiet because it's focused. It's working behind the scenes. It's compound interest growing year after year. It's assets that generate passive income. It's businesses that pay you while you sleep. None of that is flashy. None of that fits in a TikTok. But that's where freedom is born. When you understand this, your priorities shift. You stop spending to impress. You start building to escape. Escape the rat race. Escape the debt cycle. Escape the pressure to pretend. You realize that success isn't loud. It's peaceful. It's knowing you could buy the luxury car, but choosing not to, because your money has more important work to do. The truly wealthy don't show off because they don't have to. Their bank accounts speak louder than their clothes ever could. Their time is spent building, not boasting. And they sleep well because they know their life isn't built on performance, but on principles. So next time you're tempted to flex for the feed, ask yourself, are you living for likes or are you building for legacy? One fades in 24 hours, the other lasts for generations. 7. The opportunity cost of image. Every dollar you spend trying to look rich is a dollar that could have been invested to become rich. That's the heart of this entire message. It's not just about the spending, it's about what that spending costs you in the long run. It's called opportunity cost, and it's one of the most overlooked enemies of wealth. Let's break it down. That $300 on designer sneakers, if you invested it instead, it could grow into thousands over time. That $1,000 phone upgrade you didn't really need, that's a whole share of a top-performing stock, a piece of real estate crowdfund, or capital to launch a small online business. The money you spend chasing appearances isn't just gone, it's stolen from your future. Now multiply that over years. Not just one purchase, but dozens, hundreds, all those meals to keep up with your friend group. All those gadgets and outfits you barely use. All the upgrades, subscriptions, and flexes. None of them give you anything back except a moment of attention and a temporary ego boost. Meanwhile, your future self is robbed of freedom, peace, and options. What most people don't realize is that wealth is built on small, boring decisions made over and over again. Not just the big moves like buying property or starting a business, but the little choices, saving instead of spending, investing instead of upgrading, learning instead of lounging. And every time you choose image over intention, you push wealth one step further away. This is especially true for young people. When you're in your 20s or early 30s, time is your most valuable asset. If you invest even modest amounts early on, compound interest works in your favor like nothing else. But if you spend your early years faking success instead of building it, you lose the one thing you can never get back: time. The saddest part? No one tells you this. Society doesn't reward quiet builders. It praises loud spenders. It glamorizes the short-term flex and ignores the long-term grind. That's why so many people wake up in their 40s or 50s and realize they've been playing the wrong game, chasing approval instead of assets, lifestyle instead of leverage. But here's the good news. The moment you see the game, you can stop playing it. You can flip the script. You can start directing your money instead of letting culture dictate how you spend it. Every dollar becomes a soldier in your army, not to fight for attention, but to fight for freedom. And freedom is the real goal, not fame, not flash. Freedom. The ability to wake up without stress, to walk away from a job you hate, to take care of your family, to travel without counting pennies. That's real wealth. And you don't get there by looking rich. You get there by being intentional, strategic, patient. The image might win you a few likes today, but discipline, that'll buy you choices tomorrow. If this hit a nerve, good. That means you're waking up, because this isn't just about money. It's about mindset. And the truth is, most people stay broke not because they don't earn enough, but because they never learned the difference between looking rich and being wealthy. Now's your moment. Hit that subscribe button if you're done playing the fake success game and ready to build something real. Like this video if you've ever felt the pressure to flex. Share it with someone who needs to hear the truth. And most importantly, drop a comment and tell me, what's one thing you're ready to stop spending on so you can start investing in your future? Let's talk about it. Real wealth starts with real conversations. This isn't just a video. This is your wake-up call. And it doesn't end here. It starts here.